Hey, and we are back with yet another episode of Snack-ime, where each month we eat snacks, we talk anime, and as always, I am your host, Garrett K. Jones, and with me is always the lovely, and this weekend, very tired, Jenae.
Yes.
Tell everybody out there why you're so tired. And
I-
no, people, it's not for the reasons you think.
I went to my 20-year reunion. There was a 2-day event, so I am tired.
That's fun.
Lots of memories and hugs and all that. So
I went to my 20-year reunion 3 years ago. We actually couldn't hold. So I graduated class of 2000, but we couldn't hold it in 2020 for some weird reason. Yeah, and I don't know why. Like things weren't available. Who knows? And then yeah, I think everybody had the flu or something. It was like like rent. But then so we held it in 2022, and it was weird, like seeing people I hadn't seen before, and it really fun though, getting to reconnect with people I hadn't seen. There were a couple of gals that I went to high school with that like they looked like they hadn't aged in 20 years, and I'm just like, how?
Yeah, a couple of the guys came up to my friend Tiffany, and they're like, "You haven't changed. You look exactly the same." And she's like, I assume that's a compliment.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, there's a girl that I knew in high school. She ended up marrying her high school sweetheart, and they've been married for like 20-something years now. But what's crazy is they just had like they didn't start having kids until like right after the reunion. They had baby one last year. They just had baby two in the last couple of months, and she's 42.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude. Because my ex-wife was 42 when she gave birth to my son.
Yeah.
And then 5 days later celebrated her 43rd birthday. And that was almost 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, crazy stuff. So, last month, we watched The Way of the House Husband.
Yes.
Frenetic food show that's very, like, I don't, like, what came out first, that one or Sakamoto Days?
The Ways of the House Husband came out first. Sakamoto Days is new, like part of the second.
It's like a rip-off, spin-off type of thing?
It's like, just a different kind of a thing, because he's not a house husband. He runs a convenience store with his wife and child, and he was a professional assassin, and he got out of that job when he met his wife.
Oh, so these guys are both just Japanese versions of John Wick.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
All right,
but there's supernatural stuff in there too, and science and all this.
Okay.
But it's hilarious.
Yeah. So this month it was my turn to pick.
Yeah.
And I think I may have. I feel again. I'm starting to regret some of the choices I've made. Just because like this one was like not a good pick, but we watched Kampfer. Came out back in the early 2010s and ran for
part of it. So
it ran for like a season-ish and a half, and and so we'll have some stuff playing in the background here in just a little bit. But before we jump into that, let's talk snacks. What are we munching on today?
We're munching on Kit Kats. I have dark chocolate because that's the only one I could find. I got it at my not sponsored. Got it at my mini sale.
Nice. I lucked into going to World Market a couple of weeks ago, and I found the matcha Kit Kat. I'm trying something with matcha again. I mean, I like the tea, but the flavor itself, as far as like in desserts, it's hit and miss. But then I found the Koala's March cookies also, and that was one of the thematic snacks that we had talked about doing. So I like these things. I used to get them all the time for breakfast when I was in Japan.
They have panda ones similar to that, I think.
Hello Panda. They're made by the same company. Wait, no. Hello
could've-
Panda is made by Meiji. These are made by Lottie.
My Kit Kats are so tiny compared to American Kit Kat.
They're so cute.
They're so tiny and cute. And the funny thing is like I always talk about like wanting to try dark chocolate, and like I don't know if over here in America if they have dark chocolate Kit Kat.
I don't know. Look at it.
They have white. Ah, that's cool.
He's excited. He's excited.
I like dark chocolate. This isn't bad.
All right.
It's just so tiny though.
I also brought myself some sparkling waters because I'm trying to cut back from soda. And I've got a red and a blue can. It's thematic to what we watched. I'm going to give you the choice. Which one should I open first?
Blue.
Okay. So no flavor.
Well, you didn't tell me what flavors they were.
I know. I wasn't going to because I wanted you to pick the color. The color is what's important. We want to be clear, though. Color is not the only thing that's important in life. It's just important for the themes of the show Kampfer. So, yeah. So jumping into this, what were your thoughts on the show?
It was some scenes were very close to adult industry kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Very, very, very mature, but not,
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of the high school girls in Japan behaving in such a provocative way.
And there is like in anime, there's always the fan service that just seemed like there was a little bit more over the top fan service.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
And I was like, there's not much battling per se with like the different weapons. It's more like trying to get this guy's attention / and his girlfriend's attention.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what is and no one says what they mean. That seems to be the common thread that I see in most of the anime comedies that we've watched.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of drives me up the wall because I'm like, just be honest. Say what you mean. Say what you feel.
I almost thought it was like an older anime because like they would say stuff, but then they would do different things. It's like, did they translate that wrong? Or is this just people are just all wishy-washy with what they didn't say?
Okay, so I'm gonna bring up the YouTube here. So we watched it on YouTube. I'm sure it's probably on Crunchyroll or some other platform.
I haven't seen it.
What?
I haven't seen it on Crunchyroll.
Okay. Well, I'm sure there are other platforms, but for what we did, we watched it in YouTube. The link is down in the video description for anybody. It's the entire run of the show in sequence order. But this is kind of what we were exposed to. What? That's not. Why is that there? Weird. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, geez.
So this is the opening scenes from the episode, and I thought, based on this opening sequence, it was going to be a really cool, really fun, action-packed, kind of sci-fi-ish anime. And like some of the battle sequences are really cool, but they're so few and far between, and that's not even I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. So the base idea of the show is that Kampfer, which is a German word meaning warrior, are chosen by these extra dimensional or possibly extraterrestrial moderators who are in the process of watching these teens battle. And in order to be a Kampfer, they always pick young ladies, young high school girls, with the exception of there's one character who's a middle school student. And they are given one of two bracelets, a blue bracelet or a red bracelet, which is why. And all the titles for the episodes are all done they are all given a German title, like the one that just popped up on the screen, Schicksal, which I believe means destiny or fate. And there's three types of Kampfer. You've got your Schwert or sword Kampfer. You have your Gewehrt, which is gun type, and then you've got this character, Natsuru Senou, who turns out to be a Zauber type, which means magic. And Natsuro's Zauber is fireballs or some kind of heat blast. Where there's like another character who uses Zauber and she uses electricity.
Yeah.
But the fun thing is, and we're coming up to it in the scene here, that Natsuru is chosen to be a Kampfer, but in doing so, the character has to transform into a girl because he's naturally a boy. And this is just one of those things where the moderators like to screw with people. And all the characters have been gifted one of these characters. They're what was the word for him? Like this one's disemboweled tiger because he obviously committed harakiri or seppuku.
They all have their entrails.
Yeah, entrails. That's what they are. They're the entrails animals. They're these disgusting, deformed, stuffed animals that look like they've been run over, electrocuted, mauled by a bear. Even if they are a bear, this one's missing an eyeball and has committed harakiri. It is insane. And so the characters, when they transform. See, this is where Senou is in his true form, and everything's gone back to normal. But like it's kind of, I don't know. Like, what were your thoughts?
I figured this is very much a fan service, not much depth kind of anime for men is how it felt.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of feel like that.
But I watched Food Wars. You haven't, but like Food Wars, in some ways, is similar to this, but not like overly. What
do you mean?
Well, in Food Wars, when somebody like tastes really good food, they have foodgasms and their clothes explode off of them.
As someone who has cooked for former girlfriends, I can see now that I have failed as a man.
But most of that kind of thing is nice. It's so tiny. But that's what the Food Wars premise is like. Is they're just so like in awe of how good tasting the food is, and then that kind of a thing happens. But like this is just flat out like almost like dreams, fantasy kinds of stuff when it comes to certain scenes and things. So it's like what am I watching?
Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of girl on girl sexual exploitation.
Yeah,
and after watching through this like I've tried watching the show in the past, and I could never keep a steady ability to actually watch it until we made a point of watching it for the show. Like after watching through it a few weeks ago, I decided that I was going to download the first two. Well, I read through the first volume of the manga.
Yeah.
I downloaded it on Kindle, and like I'm like, okay, I've got to see what happens next. And while there is the confusion of what's happening with Natsuro's, with the transformations and trying to figure everything out about being a Kampfer, like the series doesn't go in this direction. Like, it's not comedy related. It's action related. Like, there's more of a focus on figuring out who he is, how to navigate this new normal for himself. And then there are far more confrontations. You still have some of the confusion where Akane, get like, so like I mentioned before how the characters experience transformations. Like Akane is another character who is a blue Kampfer, just like Natsuru is. And when she transforms, she goes from being this really meek, very mild-mannered, skittish character to becoming really over-the-top, sassy, sarcastic, and very vulgar. Like, if the way that she talks in the manga is borderline rated R compared to the anime. But like, you can tell that she likes Natsuru as a guy. And there's, which we see in the anime as well, but then it's not as played out. Like, there's a scene where he's like, if you want to hang out and sit on my bed, you're more than welcome to. And she's like, oh, be gentle. No, it doesn't happen in the manga.
Yeah.
So the anime takes a lot of liberties. Whereas like as the series progressed, at least in the anime, like that's when they start really getting into some of the mystery of what's going on with the moderators and who's in charge and why they're pitted against each other. But like, there's just not enough of that.
Too many filler episodes without it being like long filler episodes almost. Most
of it's all filler.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more filler in this show than there is in a Kardashian. And I really hope Kat uses that as a short.
No.
So yeah, like I don't know. Like the book is way better, and the art is still really good. Like the animation looks really close to the art from the book, which I think I like. But the I don't know, the series, like the way the show goes is just, they lean way into the fan service, as you mentioned, and it's really frustrating. Because I kept, like, for me, I was left with questions of, well, why is this happening? Who's in charge? What do the moderators look like? Why are they doing this? Like, are we going to see more fights? And we do get to see some fights later on, but it's so far between the initial stuff that it almost doesn't get touched on.
Yeah.
So I guess my next question is, what did you like about the show? And what did you dislike about the show?
Well, the art style was really, really nice, and because I'm always picky about art style. I did find it fascinating that they had a school, but like it's a girls section and a boys section, but then the library is a common area. It's like, ooh. It's like, why do we have a quote co-ed school, but they're still separated? Why not just have an all boy and an all girl school kind of a thing?
Probably because of the aforementioned.
If you're still separating them. But like, I am surprised to hear like with the manga that there isn't as much the over fan service thing, because usually like that's also in the manga sometimes. So it's like, oh, okay. Well, like speaking of manga versus anime, like I have the first few volumes of Yu-Gi-Oh! And some of the first, and then the OVA episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh are dark like the manga, but the ones that the Yu-Gi-Oh that you see on back in the day with those like what 4 kids or whatever it is was very toned down, and even before like America got it, it was very toned down compared to the manga. It was really dark.
Yeah.
So I find that fascinating that they do that. It's like, can you please kind of stick with the manga? Or like Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon has lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of filler episodes for, I think, not even originally a 15-book series, maybe more. I'd have to count my books. Because like the manga just got it was short and sweet and to the point kind of a thing, but then they had to like add extra stuff.
Yeah.
So
this was, I did like the animation, like just like I keep mentioning, there's a lot of detail thrown into it. I did find it fascinating that there would be any kind of like, this is one of the action sequences. You can see how Akane changes right there in that sequence. But like the thing I found interesting was just like you, the design of the school, how the library is the middle ground, but it's like there's like almost like a super defense against anybody crossing sides, and you have to have like some kind of like major political clout in order to do that. Like I come up with the characters. Hold on.
Like class president.
Yeah.
Whatever her name is, I can't remember.
I'm trying to pull it up right now. Shizuku.
Yeah.
Like Shizuku is the class president, and she is frequently allowed to cross into the guys section, especially when she is trying to talk with Natsuru. And so that I mean, it makes sense. Like she's got the political clout to be able to do that. But then she's also bringing along Kaede Sakura, who is Natsuru's like longtime crush.
Yeah.
Which so like talking about the mystery of it, what were your thoughts about the turn that Kaede turns out to be like working for the moderators, and she's actually a primary antagonist?
I thought that was weird.
I thought it was very interesting.
I didn't see that coming at all. But I also
what?
But I find it interesting because like when they originally talked about the bracelets, they're like, oh, it'll start to flash and you'll transform if the other team is around you. It's just like, but sometimes he doesn't even transform at all when they're hanging out, when they're not even battling anymore.
Yeah, well, because at that point he's starting to control it, and they're not actively fighting each other.
Yeah, I thought that was because like when it's just like, did the rules change, or is it just not what they thought it was because the moderators didn't really tell them anything?
Yeah, and I think because there's not enough of the like. If I think, let me go back to the manga, because like if I think because of the way they did all the episodes as filler, I think that created an issue because like, for example, the first volume, I mean, it reads almost exactly like the way that the shows go, but let's see, like the episode, the episode that shows up in the middle of the season where Shizuku sits down with Akane and Natsuru in that cafe, that's like the end of volume 1. So like if they had played out the manga to the letter, like the first half of this of the season would have been just the one book.
Yeah.
And they could have actually applied that within 1 to 2 episodes. And I think that was kind of I don't know. They decided to put in way more filler than they needed to, and I just that kind of annoyed me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool that Kaede became an antagonist, and she actually creates her own team called the White Kamphers.
Yeah.
Because the only other red Kamphers we see, it seems to be that we only have 2 of each. We've got Akane, who is a gun type Kampfer. And then you've got Natsuru, who's a magic type. And then on the red team, you have Shizuku, the class president. And then Natsuru's childhood friend, who also secretly has a crush on him. And her name is Mikoto Kondo. And she's like, her parents are diplomats or whatever, or archaeologists, and she travels along with them. And she comes back, and she is gifted one of the entrails animals by Kaede, and becomes a red Kampfer. And she's also a sword type. Like Shizuku uses a chain sword.
Yeah.
And then she uses a katana. And then Kaede has a whole team of either gun, sword, and then she's got the one magic user. But she herself has the ability to like manipulate other Kampfer. And it's kind of interesting. So, what was the thing you liked the least about the show?
Most of it.
Yeah.
I think because it just felt like there was no depth to it. It just seemed very like the characters seemed very horny teenager girls throughout the most part, and then there was like, ooh, battle.
Dude, I have never seen.
And so I was just like, I'm very uncomfortable watching this.
Having been a high school boy, I can honestly say I have never once in my life been at the core of a fourfold crush. Like, Natsuru is being crushed on by Akane in his boy form. He's being crushed on and almost sexually assaulted by Shizuku in his boy form. Mikoto, his childhood friend, has a crush on him in his boy form. And then Kaede, who he has had a crush on for a number of years, only likes him when he's a girl.
Yep.
And I'm like, never in my life has that ever been a thing. Like, it makes zero sense. Zero sense.
But yeah.
Like, what does he bring to the table?
He doesn't bring much depth or anything because he's too so focused in on for Sakura, and she doesn't want to have anything to do with him whatsoever.
Unless he's got boobs.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude. And I think it's like,
but he doesn't want her in his girl form though, which is, I guess that's good. That's valiant. He's like, no, I want to be with you in my boy form and you don't want me. And he's like, I still love you. It's like, shut up.
Dude, seriously. And even after she proves to be a threat, like, he's still pining after her. It's like, dude. Yeah. Dude. Let it go. She tried to kill you.
Yeah. And your friends.
It's not worth it. Yeah,
but yeah, 0.5 out of 10 with this. I'm being very generous with the 0.5.
Wow, 0.5 out of 10. Yeah, that's okay. That more harsh than me, but yeah, I'd say it's a 5. Like, if we were only doing it out of 5 stars, I would give it a 0.5.
Oh,
maybe a 1. But out of 10 stars, I'd have to give it a 5.
You're very generous. I'm very picky with my anime. But once again, I've watched Food Wars. We might have to get you to watch Food Wars just so you can have a comparison.
I don't know if I can watch Food Wars because between that and some L'Oreal shampoo commercials, I would end up feeling very inadequate.
What about those?
The one where she walked, like the one where they've got Elaine Bennis walking some lady into the lavatory on the airplane, and you start hearing sounds as she's washing her hair. I'm just like, I can either compete with a shampoo or anime food. My inadequacies know no bounds.
I might have to break what I said I wasn't gonna do that, but I might have to have you watch it just so you can compare Kampfer to that for discretion.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah, we may have to break our rule because we are coming up on our 1 year anniversary of this show.
Oh, I wish that Ranma was coming out. The second season was coming out right when that happened. That'd be kind of cool.
So our 1 year is coming up in November.
Is that when it's dropping?
Yeah. Well, no, it's dropping in October, mid-October.
Oh, okay. So
we'd be able to watch it in time to do our November show.
There we go. Bam.
We come full circle, bitches.
And then we just go back through and they're like, okay, now Vox Machina, and then and then just finish.
Seriously, I'm so waiting for season 4. Have you seen the teaser trailer for the Mighty Nine?
Mm-mm.
It's a completely different campaign that takes place like years before the events of the Legend of Vox Machina. Mm-hmm. Same voice actors, but they're playing different characters.
Nice.
Very different characters. Like Ashley Johnson, who plays Pike, mm-hmm. She's playing some goblin thief.
Nice.
They're all the characters are all being interrogated, and at some point they're all verbally or sexually assaulting the interrogator. And the interrogator's just like, please stop. We'll let you go. Leave me alone.
I need an adult.
But you are the adult, sir. Damn it.
Dang it. And the officer. Shoot.
Yes, you're an officer and a gentleman. So let's talk characters for just a moment. Who were some of your favorite characters?
Oh, Natsuru was the most annoying one.
Really? He was the most annoying one?
Just a little bit.
Okay, which version of him?
Well, the female one was the more obnoxious than the male one. He basically played the same thing, but I felt like he was even like dumber in his female form, or like just clueless.
Almost like he went dumb blonde with blue hair.
Yeah, he just. Oh my gosh. It's like, why?
Like seriously, like this is worse than like the whole Clark Kent Superman thing. Like worst secret identity ever, because he's the only character with blue hair in the entire show. And
but they use the same name for his female form. Well, of course, Rama does that too. Rama just is like Rama.
There are some names in Japanese that are not gender specific.
Yeah.
But it's like the thing with Ranma is that Ranma wasn't hiding anything. Yeah. Natsuru was.
Yeah, everybody knew except for Kuno. Both Kunos.
The Kuno, they're dumb. Those posts.
Katachi. But like, I guess like the least obnoxious of the characters, I'd have to say the president. But like, she was just so pushy, and just felt very entitled though.
She was, and I think part of that is because, I mean, like, I kind of get it. Like, her parents were diplomats. The parents weren't home half the time, so she was having to be an adult as a teenager, and that creates some issues. And so, like, you can see in her character, she kind of got off on manipulating other people. But then when she found out that she was being manipulated by Kaede, who she was friends with, that really upset her. And you can, and like midway through the season, when she makes that connection, you can see the change in her where she becomes more protective of Akane and Natsuru. Like, especially Natsuru, because she's got a crush on him. But
I love that, like, Sakura's like, no, only certain people that I like can call me that. No, a boy called me by my first name. Ah!
Right? Oh my god. Yeah.
And also, just in case the people don't know, like, for like respect and honor, you call people by their last names over in Japan, and like unless you're super close, you call them by their first names. So that's
right. Which is funny because, like, when I was at school, they always, like, because I was under the age of 20, which was the legal age at the time. They've since dropped it to 18. But because I was under the age of 20, they always referred to me as Geruto-kun. Not San, because I wasn't an adult yet.
I thought
but they always referred to me by my first name, not my last name. The only time I was ever being called by my last name was when I was in college retaking Japanese courses for my degree, and they would call me Jones' son, because at that point I was an adult and they actually understood that my last name was Jones, not Garrett. So, yeah. I think for me, the character I liked the most would have to be Shizuku. Just because she was a very complex character, more so than the others. There are parts of me that kind of like Akane. Like, I thought Akane was more fun when she was transformed.
Yeah.
Just because she, came out of her shell and she was a little bit more assertive. And even Mikoto was pretty cool. Like, just the fact that she had that background of traveling around the world and she had all this knowledge. And I think the character I liked the least was probably either Kaede, Sakura, or which character? Natsuru's friend, Higashida. That guy was a freaking fool.
Yeah, I wanted to take the pictures all the time.
Dude.
I love, though, that they put, like, a laxative in his coffee during the festival.
Yes. That was funny. That was so good.
This is like, yeah, you're obnoxious. We're going to get back at you. Don't do that, but still, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
I say, don't do that, people.
Well, then, I think the scene that made me probably there's two scenes that made me very uncomfortable, because you mentioned how you got uncomfortable watching some of the episodes.
Yeah.
The first one was when they're all doing the sleepover at Sakura's house.
Yeah.
And the special room that she sets up Natsuru in is her little collection of entrails animals. It's like, my reaction to that was exactly Ace Ventura. What a lovely room of death you have here. And then the other one was the scene where they were at the coast, at that water park or whatever, and they're all staying in a hotel, and Natsuru is just he's just laying down. He's unconscious.
Yeah.
And Shizuku just starts like mounting him, and I'm like, what the crap? What the crap?
It's like, definitely rated M for mature.
It's not even rated M for mature. It's practically rated X. This is,
right.
This is like, It almost reminded me of that scene from have you ever seen Dracula Dead and Loving It, the Mel Brooks movie?
Yeah.
The scene where the female vampires walk in and they start harassing the heck out of Renfield, like, and they're like they're grinding up on him. He's like, "This is wrong. This is wrong me, wrong me, wrong me." And I'm like,
pretty much.
You have an opportunity here. Don't freak out.
Mm.
And what does he do? He freaked out.
Yeah. Well, because it wasn't Sakura.
Stupid man. So, what are some of the questions that you have for the show, or for that you wanted to pitch towards me regarding the show?
Oh, we'll sneeze. Start. I went to sneeze and it went away. Would, if there was a second season, if they had greenlit a second season, do you think they would have kept going with how they went, or do you think they would have jumped back to the storyline of the manga more and gone?
It's hard to say. Like, I would have preferred, my preference would have been to go in the direction of the manga, because the manga, like, they start exploring the mystery of what's going on with the bracelets and the moderators, and like a lot of the first couple of volumes has Natsuru trying to figure out how to navigate what's happening with him, and joining the girl side of the school, and all the ins and outs of that. But there's more to it as he is introduced to this world. Like, you can see him building his friendships with Shizuku and with Akane, and kind of trying to figure out how to navigate, how to handle his crush for Kaede and her crush for him as a girl. And but at the same time, like I would have liked to have seen more action, because like the way that this is portrayed, especially from that opening scene where Natsuru is having his vision of fighting Akane, like that sets the tone for the whole show. And then they completely pull the rug out from the audience, and it turns into just one big, sexual innuendo farce from the majority of the show. I think they needed to spend more time doing action and exploring the mystery. And like, if I was to rewrite this, like the first thought I had in my head was rewrite this series.
Yeah.
Like, it would be cool if they set it up, like, instead of having it set in Japan, since they're already using German words, have it set in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it would make more sense.
Yeah.
And then you could have characters who will have German names, or I mean, you could even set it in America, wherever you want to set it, but you could set it up and have it and explore that mystery. And that's what I would have done from a writing perspective. But yeah, like, it would have been cool if they had gotten a full second season, because then they could have done a lot more with it. Because they left a lot of things hanging. There was a lot of unanswered questions, and then that fever dream of the entrails animals just using their
companions' bodies
as a host body was just bizarre.
Yeah, I'm like, a part of that. I was like, what is going on?
What am I watching here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. That's just me.
Well, that's the one sucky thing about, like, when some manga gets greenlit for an anime, but then you think, oh, this anime is really good. Like, I have an anime that I love the manga. I haven't finished the manga, but I love it. And it's on Crunchyroll, and it's called Skip Beat. But they never did a season 2. But like, I know the manga was really popular, but I guess maybe the anime just wasn't as popular, or I don't know. But like, sometimes it bugs me, like when like one anime only gets one season when I think it deserves more. But either it could be budget or it just wasn't as popular.
Probably didn't do as well.
So
yeah, and that's the funny thing about anime, is that like the animation studios will greenlit an entire series, and they'll run it for like 12, 13, 14, 1,500 episodes, and then that's it. Or you get 5 episodes and that's it, and it's there's no rhyme or reason. And they, like, And what's funny is like, I was thinking about this because like the conversation about like streaming services, how they were supposed to be like the cure for cable TV.
Yeah.
And like and like how Netflix is probably one of the biggest culprits, where they will greenlight a series and then like halfway through the season they cancel it. Or it's like and not because it's got bad reviews, but because there's no reason behind it. Like I just found out that Netflix had a series. It was like a crime drama series that it spent 5 weeks as like in the top 10 on Netflix. And it's an American made production with some really good top name actors, and they canceled it after 1 season. And I didn't even hear about it until today.
And there was a couple, what's it called? Sean Bean was in it, and it was based on the Frankenstein books. By what's her name? Something Shirley. Shelley, yeah. And like I really enjoyed the first season, but I don't know if it ever got a second season or not. And it's like,
yeah, the Frankenstein Chronicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did 2 seasons.
But yeah, I thought it would like, because I think I'm trying to think if I got through season 2, but like they never finished it.
Really?
I don't think. Or at least it felt like it was unfinished. And I was like, what the heck?
Had a good cast too. It had Sean Bean, had Vanessa Kirby, Kate Dickey, who was in.
And I liked the premise of it. It wasn't like strictly like redoing Frankenstein kind of thing. I liked the premise of it.
Yeah, that's kind of makes me curious. Why didn't Frankenstein? Okay, so that.
But I could be wrong, but I thought it was. Because I thought it was a Netflix original. Now I can't find it.
So it was not explicitly canceled, but rather ended after its second season, which was produced by ITV Encore and distributed by Netflix. So Netflix wasn't behind it.
Oh.
They were just one of the distributors. Because it had a challenge. It says here, the series had a challenging path to U.S. audiences, with A&E initially acquiring it, but later backing out. After its initial run in the U.K. on ITV's Encore channel and subsequent success on Netflix, the show ran for 2 seasons, and the creators have not produced more.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that one. So I was just surprised it didn't make
and that makes sense, because there's a lot of British produced shows that only run for a handful of seasons. I mean, case in point, the IT Crowd, which only ran for 4 seasons, and that show is hilarious.
I think I know what one you're talking about. I thought it was hilarious too.
Oh, dude, it was so funny. Like, Chris O'Dowd is in it. He's hilarious. The dude, one of the hosts of Great British Baking Show was Noel Fielding. He's in it, pretty much playing himself. And then Matt Berry is in it, and he is hilarious. Matt Berry shows up in like from season 2 on, and he is just so over the top hilarious. But yeah, it was a great show, and it only ran like for 4 seasons, and the last 2 seasons only had like a handful of episodes.
Yeah,
it's not surprising. So yeah, so cool. So obviously, grading wise, you would give Kampfer a
really poor review.
Very poor review. 0.5 out of 10 stars. I was a little bit more generous.
On my recommendation list. Sorry.
Okay, so you know what? We didn't get your response to the question, to your own question about if they made a second season. What would you want to see?
More depth and less fan service. More story, definitely more story to, and like who created the intro animals? Like why are they quote so popular? Because personally, I don't think they look cute. It reminds me of those, what are those fugly stuffed animals that are around where they have the derpy teeth and they're like and I'm just not a
I believe
fan.
they're called Beanie Babies.
Huh? No.
Pokemon?
Nope.
Some of those Pokemon have derpy teeth. I mean, come on, Slowpoke.
He doesn't have teeth.
Yeah, he does.
Slowpoke
I'm thinking of Slowbro. Slowbro. Yeah, he's got a derpy face.
like little, I think all he has is like little fangs. But like the main teeth of the shell. I'm gonna look it up now. I don't think he has teeth except his little canines.
Okay.
I'm looking it up, people. Pokemon Go right now.
He's got, come on.
He doesn't have a full set, does he?
Not a full set, but it's...
Isn't it just his little fangies?
He's got little nubs right here. But look at that face. He's so derpy. So derpy.
Yeah, he has the teeniest of fangs. Those are not horrible teeth. These the fugly creatures are the ones that have, as when people make fun of British people's teeth, that's what their teeth look like.
So like Austin Powers?
Yeah. That's how their teeth look like. It's really bad. It's gross. They're just like
what do you mean I need to go to see a dentist?
There is a Batman one and a Joker one, and I don't like, to each their own, and when they like those. Same with the Labubus. I don't find them cute. I would never buy one. But that is just me.
The Fugglers, that's what they're called.
They're Fugglers.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
I told you. You don't believe me? You never seen
heck? Oh, there's a tab on their website that says "What the heck."
Nice.
That is just so
on brand.
They've got oh
yeah, they're horrifying. This is like nightmare fuel, man.
God, they make xenomorphs look good. Like,
at least their teeth are straight.
Look at these. Like,
yeah, they're just
derpy Lord of the Rings. What the crap?
No, they all make him look like Smeagol. Just throwing him like Smeagol's cosplay.
Dude,
I'm Frodo Baggins.
That looks like Elijah Wood on the set of Sin City.
I've never seen that movie, so I don't know.
Oh, I forgot. You don't watch movies.
Oh
my God.
Jar Jar Binks and the last to the right.
Dude, if there's a Jar Jar Binks thing, one of those things, I will scream. I will scream like a little girl with a skin knee. I guarantee you. You can quote me on that. Ooh. And here I thought I had a face for radio. Nobody gets that reference. That's okay. Anyway. So what are we going to be talking about next month?
Next month, we're going to be talking about another one of my all-time favorite animes, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And that's redo, but they there was the first one. It was this Full Metal Alchemist. It kind of followed the manga, and then when it caught up to the manga, they just went on their merry way and did their own merry thing. And so, like a few years later, they're like, "Let's redo it and let's try to stick to the manga." And so this is the anime that is very, very close, almost to a T to the manga, which is by the same name too. So
that's cool.
For you to watch it.
That'll be fun. And actually, I think you're like the second or third person who's recommended Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Mm-hmm. I can't remember who else mentioned it, but someone else I know said, "Hey, you should probably watch this." I'm like, "Okay, I'll check it out."
This is like one of the few animes that my husband will actually watch. He doesn't like anime, so. But he just rewatched it like just a month or so ago. So
nice. And how many episodes are there?
I believe I just looked up as like 63 or 64 total. They've mashed it because when it came out quote as volumes, not as seasons. So it's like quote one whole season. So
how many episodes should I watch for the sake of the show?
Let me. I would say. There's a lot of depth. Maybe at least 12, I would say.
Okay, because I'm looking at season 1, and season 1 goes for...
Yeah, it's 64 episodes. Oh.
64.
It's only 64.
So I should watch at least a fourth of them.
Yeah. It's a good series. But I was just looking at the little pictures. I was like, how much depth and stuff is it gonna get to? At least this much. It's a good storyline and all that. So
well, good to know.
We're all 64 right now.
Well, I've got some time. I've gotten back into substitute teaching. All I have to do is download some episodes and watch a few every day.
There you go.
So yeah, and fun fact, we started our series with Ranma 1/2 season 1. That's actually season 2 is actually going to be dropping in October of this year. So yeah, we're going to have some fun with that one because let me just check to see what our official release date was for our show.
Is it going to drop the whole series, or is it going to do a week by week like last time?
More than likely, I think they're going to go week by week.
Okay.
Let me find out. But our very first episode. Wait a minute. What? Why is it not in order? This is very confusing. Very confusing indeed. What the blazes? Okay. Our so we premiered November 22nd of 2024. Okay. So with that in mind, we will probably have something along the same time frame, because by that point we'll be able to watch Ranma 1/2 season 2.
Woo-hoo.
So I'm excited for that. It's going to be good. We'll bookend our second year.
That's crazy.
No, right? I can't believe it. We're already coming up to a year.
Have a little cake. It's a snack anniversary.
Snack anniversary?
There you go. Snack anniversary, little cake.
Snack-ime anniversary. I like that. That's a good title actually for an episode. Snack-ime anniversary. Man, you just coined something awesome. Look at you.
Hey.
So yeah, we're gonna be talking about Brotherhood, and then eventually Ranma One Half Season 2. Yay! All right, so below is the scrolling caption of all the other shows that are on Feast of Fandoms, which is our home network. Why did that pop up? We don't want that. We've already done that. So where can people find you?
They can find me on my Instagram at JELXINB for my daily drawing challenge of everything Sailor Moon. I officially finished my first book the other day, and I started my second book yesterday.
When you say book, you mean like notebook full of art?
Mm-hmm. So I have 248 pictures in my first book. So
wow.
It was supposed to be 250, but I accidentally skipped 2 pages. And so there's 2 empty pages, but there's no way to color them because there's a drawing on each side. So in the middle, there's just a big blank.
You still have 117 more to go before you are done for the year.
Yep.
So here's my purported theme for you.
But
since 117 is the call number for the Master Chief.
Oh,
do a Halo themed Sailor Moon on day 365.
365. All right.
So for your very last one, to make the 1 year mark, Halo themed.
There you go.
Master Chief, like Sailor Moon in a Master Chief armor, or Sailor Moon looking like Cortana.
I was gonna say then Luna could be Cortana.
Yes. I approve this.
But they can also find me on the Geek Gauntlet on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So
which you weren't on there last night because you were at your reunion day 2.
Yep.
I popped in there for a short amount of time for like the last 20 minutes or so.
Full of nerd shenanigans.
Yeah, I didn't get to really chat much. I just gave my 2 cents. Mostly, I gave my 2 cents on the new Lara Croft series that Amazon is producing. Oh. Don't get me wrong. I love Lara Croft. I love Tomb Raider. Yeah. But 1, it's Sophie Turner, who is a plank of wood. 2, it is being the showrunner is Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who is the worst part of Solo, the last James Bond movie, and the last Indiana Jones movie. Mm-hmm. This woman has simultaneously tried to kill 3 of the franchises I love the most. And now she's trying to kill a 4th one. So I don't know how she's able to fail upwards as much as she does. Like, she had a win with Fleabag in 2016. It's been almost 10 years. And she has not produced anything of note for Amazon in that time. And yet they still keep paying her money. Like $60 million, something like that.
That's frustrating.
Hey, Jeff Bezos, hire me, please. I'm a good writer. I know what I'm doing.
I make you money.
I will make you money. Anyway.
Yeah, that's where you can find me. But where can people find you?
People can find me rolling in traffic. No. You guys can find me. There's a couple places. First and foremost, I am one of the co-hosts of War of the Stars on Feast of Fandoms. So that's every Wednesday morning that pops up. We are jumping into a new selection of content, starting with talking about our newest episode is going to focus on that one character you just want to punch from Star Wars. Jar Jar Binks is my response. Oh. But you can also find me on my own channel, I do a show on YouTube called The Right Way, where we talk about book recommendations, author interviews, and creative writing tips. I have a new season, brand new season, launching October 4th. It's going to be amazing. I've already got I've got all of my interviews lined up. I've done 3 of them so far. And what's funny is, like, I put out the response for, or the call for authors to interview, and within 24 hours, I had most of my interview slots filled.
Nice.
And I started scheduling when I was going to pre-record those interviews, and so that's a great thing. And then the irony is that every single person I'm slated to interview, they're all female authors. So, like, I'm feeling kind of like James Gunn's Superman, written by James Gunn, in that I will have a harem. I will never say that out loud on any other platform because nobody else will get that joke.
You're living your anime dream right now.
No. No. At least one of them is an activist, and activists worry me.
Oh no.
They tend to have high horses. So yeah. Beyond that, you guys can connect with me on Instagram and X at GKJ_publishing. If you get offended by my harem reference, email Gavin Newsom, because he likes those kinds of things. So yeah, that's how you can find me.
We should actually like watch an anime that has, well, Ranma kind of is, have a harem or a reverse harem in it, just for kicks.
Oh, I don't know. Kampfer kind of had a harem going.
Yeah, that too.
Although the only one of the girls that got any kind of action with Natsuru was Shizuku, only because she assaulted him.
Yeah.
So, like, the question is, who actually was controlling the harem? Was it Kaede? Was it Shizuku? Or was it Natsuru? Probably not Natsuru. He was probably part of the harem, and he didn't know it.
Well, usually the anime trope with the harems is like the main person that like they're all focused on. They're never in control. They're always like, "What are you doing? Why? Why do you like me?" kind of a thing. Or like, "I'm just trying to do my own thing. Leave me alone." So
bizarre stuff.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. We hope you guys have a great rest of your month of September, and we'll be back in October talking about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Bye.